Looking for some new recipes? Chef Ryan Nolan can help. He is joining us live from Mahoney's Restaurant and Bar in Oshkosh. Good morning to you.
Good morning again, Emily.
I know we're talking about apples. It's kind of getting to be that time of year, and we have some great recipes for people, right?
Yeah, you know, I figured we were talking about the end of summer, the start of football season, everything like that. Apples, they're just so versatile. We can use them in so many different things. And for this one, we're going to make a barbecue sauce that uses some apple juice concentrate, some apple cider vinegar, some mustard and some ketchup, some brown sugar, and some Worcestershire sauce. So a very tasty but unique kind of slant on a barbecue sauce, and it's perfect on chicken or pork chops. You know, it might be a little bit too crazy to put on some seafood or something. Maybe a salmon it would hold up to, but I would hazard to put it on some shrimp. But definitely on chicken or pork chops on the grill would be absolutely perfect.
I think a good shrimp wrap would be really good with that. And that coleslaw you made, I don't know. My taste buds are different, Chef Ryan.
Yeah, we might have to. Well, hey, it's whatever you like. You know, I always say there's only really one rule in food, and that's that water boils at 212 degrees. The rest, you can do whatever you want. You know, if you want to put something with something, just have some fun with it. And you know, so if you wanted to make this barbecue sauce and put it on a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, fine by me. Go ahead and do it.
That sounds fabulous.
But, no, it doesn't. I'm just kidding. So let's get started with this. So what we're going to start out with is we've got some yellow mustard, just like you would find at the grocery store, just regular yellow mustard, probably something you have in the fridge already. And for this recipe, you know, this makes probably, you know, it ends up being about a half a gallon, maybe a little bit more. So if you wanted to cut it down in half or something like that, that's easy to do with just a simple, some simple math. But for ours, we're using 3 cups of mustard, and we've got 3 cups of ketchup, which you probably already have too. But then to that, we're going to add some cider vinegar, which is going to give us that little acidic kick that we need. And we're doing this all into a sauce pot because we're going to put it on the stove for a little while. So once we get that mixed in, we're going to add something to sweeten it up just a touch. So we have some brown sugar. We got about 3/4 cups that we've packed. And then we need our apple kick. So what I like to use is apple juice concentrate. You can either get the frozen stuff and kind of let it thaw out and use that, or sometimes in the grocery store you can find the ones that kind of look like they come in a soda can and they're shelf stable. That's kind of what I use. So we take that and we're going to add our apple juice concentrate to be our apple flavor driver in here. And then to add our kind of saltiness that we need, we just have some Worcestershire, and we've got about a 1/4 cup of Worcestershire sauce. So with this, we would put it on the stove. We'd want to bring it to a boil and then turn it down to a simmer after it comes to a boil, so it can kind of cook for like 5 minutes or so. So we've got a nice wooden spoon we'll add to that. Well, we've got a nice kind of like mustardy, almost apple-y color to it. And what I did with this is I actually took it, once it was done, I grilled off some pork loin and then glazed it with this barbecue sauce and put it on top of the slaw that we just made. So kind of perfect for your picnic. I mean, it's kind of cooled down a little bit now, but when it's fresh out of the oven or off the grill, just glistening, it's absolutely perfect. So this would go great with that slaw we made in the previous segment. And you know, you can make this barbecue sauce and, you know, keep it in your fridge for a good amount of time, a couple of weeks, because there is so much like vinegar and acidity to it that you're not going to have a whole lot of issues with too much spoilage. You know, if you end up making it and you find that it's a little too thick for you, just go ahead and add a little water to kind of thin it out. You wouldn't want to add any more vinegar or any more apple juice, because then you would kind of throw off the flavors, but you can use water to adjust the consistency there.
Well, that's good to know. And Chef Ryan, a lot of these items we're making this morning, they're available on your menu, right? Yeah,
actually we do this one with a pork flat iron steak. So it's the same pork, but it's more of a flat iron cut. We do the glaze on there. We also do it with the slaw, but instead of the cabbage, we do kale with ours. So we do kale and apple slaw, and then a sweet potato hash. So if you're interested in trying this out to see if you can make it at home, or if you've made it, don't quite get it, and you want to see how we make it, feel free to stop on in.
Yeah, where are you located?
30 Wisconsin Street, right across from the new Welcome Center at UW-Oshkosh. So if you got kids coming to start school here in a couple of weeks, come on by for lunch after you unpack them into the dorms.
That sounds perfect. And Chef Ryan also shared those recipes. They are on our website at fox11online.com. You have one more recipe for us, and we're going to see that in the 8 o'clock hour. So we'll check in with you soon.
Yep. All right, thank you.
Okay, thanks.